Cheers from Japan. I'm Tokyo Toy Bastard, and I like toys.
I'm Oliver from Oli Imported. I like games.
Let's discuss, shall we?
Fuck it.
Party foul. Japanese party foul. So, yeah, I'm here once again. The last video I filmed for this channel was here. Back at Ollie's pad.
God, it's so hot outside.
So hot outside. But if we have the air conditioner on, can't film.
The power would go out.
And you'd hear this. So we're going to talk a little bit about why we like toys and games. We both like a little bit of each, but I'm more of a toy guy. He's more of a game guy. And I figured today we'd just have a little discussion, a little quick discussion, debate, if you will, about the topic of toys versus games. So, I was born a bit earlier than you.
Like 30 years.
30 years older than him. I was born in 1982, and video games are relatively new at that point. The only home system I believe you could get was Atari stuff. When did the original
82?
Nintendo or Famicom come out? Any idea?
I want to say 87?
87? I was thinking it was somewhere after 84, 85 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was after the boom. There's
Right.
a big bubble, video game bubble.
So, kids nowadays, including my kids, they have video games from birth. Like, they have things to play with. I didn't have any video games. I think we had a VHS player. That was about it. And I had lots of toys, so I like toys. I remember toys. A lot of people that grew up in the early 80s remember their toys. They just killed a mosquito. A lot of people played with mosquitoes. And that's why disease spread. That's not true. Oh, that is true.
That is true.
But people didn't play with mosquitoes, I don't think.
No.
No? Did you play with any mosquitoes?
I dodged them most of my life.
Yeah. Most people try to dodge them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, anyway, so toys. Yeah, I like toys. Video games came into my life early on. My grandparents had a Nintendo system with Mario Duck Hunt. And we used to rent games.
Double cartridge?
Double cartridge.
Yeah, I had that too.
And we used to rent games even before, I think, before Blockbuster came around to our city. We rented games somewhere. And I remember playing like Double Dragon. I remember playing Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone, Batman. Those are DuckTales.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the games that I remember fondly. But I never played them like a lot. Like I played them like when I was at grandparents' house. And then on the other days, I was playing with toys. And I like to make my own little world with my own toys, different toys, intersecting and things.
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, while a lot of friends that I know have gotten more into games, I went the other direction and just started kind of collecting the past, the childhood things I remembered and things that I like now. And I like watching people play games. I just don't like playing games as much. And you noticed that whenever we hang out. I don't play as much as I like to watch. So how about you? What's your story with the video game?
With the video
thing?
I don't know. I kind of always had them. When I was like, the first one I ever had was an NES top loader, but
Top loader.
yeah,
Yeah, I had the side loader.
the side. No, I had top, but the I don't know. I think my first big like console, like my stepdad when he moved in with us, with me and my mom, he brought a Genesis, and it like I didn't know what it was. I wasn't really sure, and first game we played together was Sonic 2, because you're like Tails and Sonic and Tails. You can do 2-player,
Right.
co-op, no, not co-op, but competitive, whatever. I was
Mario
just like,
Luigi.
yeah, basically. But guess
Same-
what?
same time.
Mom wasn't gonna be Luigi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So suddenly I had a guy in the house who was like, "Yo, check this out." I'm like, "Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is fun, yeah." And then he's like, let me put this game in. X-Men 2. I'm like, "What is the X-Men?" He's like, "The X-Men." I'm like, 4 or 5. I'm like, this is amazing. He's like, "Next, Mortal Kombat. This is the blood code. Remember this." And I'm like, I will never forget it for the rest of my life. And that was it.
Those were the golden years.
Yeah, but then I was broke. Like my family was poor for a while, and we didn't. That's not
Video games are not cheap.
No, but the thing is, they have an everlasting value at that age. Like I didn't know what I was missing out on. I just had I had my X-Men game. I had my murder game. I had my my shooting. So
murder game.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, those are responsible for mass shootings now.
Apparently. That's what did it. That's what did it. Anyways, but no, and then once I got into junior high and high school, and the whole world grew a foot taller than I was, and I realized most of the extracurricular or whatever, all that kind of stuff was kind of out of my wheelhouse. I wasn't gonna go to the gym.
Gyms. So I know a guy named Jim.
Yeah. So then I don't know. I just kind of became not so much of a homebody, but I got more into just
a homeboy.
Just cerebral type stuff, and I started playing more games that were kind of I got into the idea of dissecting them and stuff, and started treating them more like an experience or an interactive book instead of just just something.
You gotta escape into the world and you get to control the ideas and stuff. Okay, toys. I'm gonna question you about toys. So you were born in the late '80s or late '80s, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're pretty close to my brother's age, a little bit younger. What memories do you have of any toys?
I had a lot of Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles, because those spanned until almost the mid '90s.
Yeah.
And came back again several times.
I had my own I had a giant toy box. I was actually just talking about it a couple days ago. I was pretty big into Mighty Max.
Yep.
Thought those were super cool.
Don's into Mighty Max, pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I just remember how gross they were. I was like, this is cool.
They were the boy version of Polly Pocket.
Right.
I only knew Polly Pocket because my sister had Polly Pocket.
Sure. And then I don't know. I tried to get into action figures, and I remember the big thing I really cared about was this one action figure. It was maybe the only one I ever begged for was it was called the Flexible Spider-Man or something along those lines. And it was basically an insanely jointed Spider-Man.
It's hyper articulation.
Yeah, but his abdomen to his pelvis had basically two hooks and a real tight rubber band.
Yeah.
So you can just
Yeah, that's how the He-Man toys worked.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. And the early G.I. Joes. Yeah, G.I. Joes too.
Well, I still have that toy. It's back in good old US of A. But yeah. And then I think the only toy I ever really interacted with after that was a first contact Picard in his EVA suit that I brought with me my first time in Japan. I took a few photos of him looking out the window, just thinking about Picard-like things on the train.
Oliver's one of the one or two people that I've ever met that we have a similar love for Star Trek. So
yep.
I've never talked about Star Trek on my channel. I've talked about Star Wars. It gets a lot of views. We should do a Star Wars collaboration video, I think.
Okay.
Or two. One for your channel, one for mine.
Why not?
If you like that idea, let us know. If not, if you hate Star Trek, then you fuck off.
Yeah, get out of here.
You can go fuck.
Go live in your abysmal future. Enjoy your junk science fiction.
Yeah.
In a galaxy. It's not science fiction. It's history. It's alternate history.
Yeah.
Of an alternate galaxy. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So you don't have to choose between Star Wars or Star Trek. You can like both.
You can.
But he's an old man now. He doesn't.
I'm not an old man.
He doesn't want to watch this stuff.
It's for kids.
All right, toys.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you a little toy history here.
Toy history.
So toys have been around for hundreds of years, thousands of years, whatever.
Wait. Before you continue, I really should point this out. A friend of mine, in university when I was going to art school, he made an action figure of me. He made action figures of many people in the school, and it kind of opened my eyes to the idea of toys and action figures being modern day sculpture, and it really gave me an appreciation for them. So now when you show me things, I'm always looking at the sculpt detail and all that. I'm looking at it from an artistic perspective now, not so much this is cool, but more wow, this is really good detail. How do they use these materials? Yada yada yada. Continue.
Okay, held that for a long time. Okay, yes. So when you think of toys and you think of toy collectors, you think of action figures, right? You think of action figures.
Yeah.
Action figures. These days, not many kids really give a fuck about action figures. They really don't. They just want to have their Nintendo Switches and their PlayStation 4s
Toys
and
to
their
life.
iPads and things. Yeah, so they can just kind of just delete, play. Oh, I like this. I'll play this more. I'll play Minecraft and build their own things. It's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
The thing about toys though is you've got a real tangible thing
Right.
that you can hold in your hands, and it doesn't. And hyper articulation has never been like a big thing with me. I like chunky toys. I also like little toys. I like articulated toys. I like toys that are just have a little bit of articulation. One thing I do not like usually are non-articulated toys unless they're minifigures. Because when you have like a big thing that's not articulated, it's not a toy anymore. It's a statue because you can't play with it.
Killed another one.
Killed another one too. So like this toy, for example, is almost he has like 2 little arm articulations and 2 leg articulations, but he's still a toy. He's not a statue.
Right.
And when you start when you start making things smaller, it's harder to do the articulation, especially back in the day. So, but those are still fun to play with, like the muscle toys, Kinnikuman stuff. That's why I like Keshi and stuff. But
Yeah.
back in the day, the Turtles, the He-Man, the real Ghostbusters, a little bit of G.I. Joe, not so much G.I. Joe for me. Later on, got more into like the Microman and stuff that's related to that stuff. But those kind of things, having them in my hands and having my friends bring their toys over. Like, I think I played more with my toys than ever, like in junior high school and high school.
Really?
Because I made these new friends that had all these other toys that I didn't have, and vintage Star Wars, and they'd bring them all over to my house, and we'd make little movies with them because we had camera access, and
Nice.
later on we all figured out how to edit things, and we made all these amazing movies. I wish I still had some of those movies, but yeah, like my friends bring Star Wars, and with Star Wars I didn't have, we bring over G.I. Joes, and I had to bring out my Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. We stayed up till 4 a.m. making these little movies and stuff. That was the most fun I ever had. I did that all the way through high school. A lot of my friends were like going to parties and stuff and like dating girls. I mean, I had girlfriends, but like for us, that was the best thing to do on the weekends. I lived on a farm, and like doing that at 4 a.m, we could go out to the barn, just like set up shit and just oh, it was great.
High school for me, we used to have these things called we used to call them like Frag Fridays or something like that. We'd all go to one friend's house, order pizza, and just like we used to call them GTA Fridays when GTA was out. Like,
When you said Frag Friday, I thought you watched Fraggle Rock.
No, we should have, but no.
Should have watched Fraggle Rock.
But yeah, we would just like it was a cool social thing to get together, play video games, eat fucking pizza, goof off. But like I never felt like I was missing out on like fucking there's a cool party, parents are out of town, blah blah. Like yeah, but I've got a GameCube. Like I don't get nervous around my GameCube. I don't want to be around you people.
Yeah.
And here we are. Here we are
Cheers.
in Japan, not talking to anybody, where no one can talk to us. It's great.
We're talking to you.
Only you.
Because you like either toys or games, or both.
Or none.
Yeah.
Maybe just like us.
Yeah. You can like both?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I think most people like both.
But you said this was a debate, so what are we debating about? Which is
So,
better? Like
which is better? No, it's a fake argument, but which is better? They both have their positives and negatives. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give the positives of toys.
Go for it.
So, toys are physical objects. You can hold them in your hands. You can place them anywhere in your environment you want, and you don't have to have one brand associated with the other brand. Like you can just like I could have G.I. Joe fighting Shin Godzilla, or Evangelion fighting Shin Godzilla, or I could have Dragon Ball versus any other anime, or Goku versus Superman. I can play that out in my head with my hands and these physical objects.
Give me a negative.
Negative. Well, one thing that they are physical objects. They take up space.
Mm-hmm.
They break, deteriorate over time. So do video game cartridges. Well, cartridges, discs, and things.
Yeah.
And but yeah, other than having to buy like one little piece at a time, that's the only con I see.
What about rarity?
Rarity, it's hard to find a lot of them. Yeah, it's hard to find a lot of them. But on the opposite end, if you were the lucky one to buy like some older toys or some exclusive toys later on down the line, and you decide you don't want it anymore,
There's a value.
the value goes crazy, way more than most video games. There's some video games that get pretty high.
Some of them, yeah.
But like, for example, some Godzilla toys or Star Wars toys go to like multiple thousands of dollars.
There's a few, Panzer Dragoon and stuff. Yeah, there's some weird standout examples of that.
Yeah, that's also a negative too if you're trying to get it later.
Yeah.
All right, so give me the pros and cons of video games.
I'll start with the negative of video games. There, one is right now there's a lot of like online focused stuff, and that kind of sucks because like I'm not into like playing online with strangers and talking to them, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And like shooters and stuff, but there's like games as a service is a weird thing. Like I was super excited to play The Matrix online and when it came out, 'cause it was like the shit.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait a minute, like is it gonna be online forever? The answer is no.
No.
So like if you were into it and then not enough people like supported, then it's gone.
Right.
You're done.
But it is cool that you can connect to people around the world and things. Yeah.
And there are so one game I do play online that is people supported, not company supported, is Phantasy Star Online. I've played it either through a PC. I'm trying to get together all the parts so I can play it online through my GameCube still. But people like host servers, and that's kind of cool. But the other negative I would say is definitely compatibility, rarity, not so much of sometimes. And it's also kind of fun.
Yeah.
To kind of look for things and go out of your way to find them.
Can I make a quick comment?
Yeah.
I look like I'm playing with myself. That is actually the.
Yeah, he's fidgeting.
This thing here, just in case you're wondering, because I don't usually touch myself while I'm listening to him talk. Okay, continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I would say
not always.
One of the pros is that it's interactive in a way. It can be authored. Is one of the things. So like some games I really enjoy as like a kind of like a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And I can take them with me.
What you got right there? What is that?
This is my Game Boy Micro. I was looking out for one for a while. They're pretty rare in Japan. I don't know how rare they are in the States, but you were there when I found this. I found this at a secondhand store without a charger, but it was in pristine condition for like, what was it, like $80 ish? Pretty fucking cool stuff.
Can I see it real quick?
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. I can't see the light very well. Let me see. Oh shit! Oh wait, it's still in my hand.
Good.
Gotcha.
I'd kill you.
Gotcha.
Anyways,
that's my game.
I don't know. Games are the thing for me. Like it's like it's a bit of stress relief. It's a bit of like sometimes you just want to save the galaxy from extra galactic, species who are here to harvest and reset the cycle of evolution. Sometimes you just want to be that guy.
You can do that in your head too with hands.
You can, but it's not as satisfying when you have a rumble every time you're shooting those fucks. Also, it's in a way it reminds me a lot it reminds me a lot of film in its process. There's loads of people. Now here's a big negative. Y'all need to unionize. I don't know what's going on with game developers, but like you need to get yourselves organized and unionized and start taking care of each other because people are like getting worked to death, and it's not cool, because it takes a lot of work to program and design and all that stuff. I would say another negative.
Okay.
Fans,
like
fans,
the ones that make you cool.
Those for sure, definitely not. I'm sweating my butt off. We need to finish this. No, I mean it's just the people who like really like it. I'm not cool with them. What are you touching?
Your foot.
Why?
You keep shaking the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every time. That's not an earthquake.
No, it's an earthquake. We're in Japan. I didn't. That's what you think it was.
That was a big one earlier.
Sorry.
Also, I have a big negative for you.
Go.
If you don't have power, you can't play video games. Speaking of earthquakes.
Yeah. Well, how well can you play with your toys in the dark?
Well, there's a thing called daylight.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
And nighttime is for children to go bed by.
Okay, yeah, but we live in modernity. It's not that big of a problem. Like, charge your shit.
Charge your shit.
Charge your shit. If you don't have power, you can't make this video. So charge your shit.
If you can't have power, you can't watch this video.
Stop doing that. The mic is picking that shit up for sure. No. Okay.
All right, well,
I don't have anything to say. Hey, keep your fucking toys, man. But my toys are cool. Also, my toys can jump into my video games. I got amiibos. They're back there. How about that?
I got amiibos too. They're for my kids. Mario Maker 2. I really like Mario Maker 2.
Oh yeah, there's a creative aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like digital Legos.
Modern games. Yeah, modern
I'm
games.
crazy about Dragon Quest Builders right now.
Yeah, Minecraft, all that stuff.
It's infinite Legos, but in Dragon Quest
I still don't
Toriyama
like to play them, but I love watching people make the things. And
Toriyama World. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna put some shit up soon.
You know, the only modern game I've actually got into. I've told you this before. And he's like, "What the fuck? Get down there,
My game?
Fortnite. I like Fortnite. Okay. I play Fortnite sometimes. I don't play it that often.
It's okay.
It's fun.
I saw it. I was like,
I don't like the building stuff because then I just like running around shooting people with like colorful things and.
Look, honestly, if I was in like, if Fortnite came out when I was in high school, and there was a free game, that was like that good, I'd totally be into it.
I like the 2-team guy thing, and then like, or not the free for all thing, and it's like dodgeball.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. It's like dodgeball.
It's like the movie Battle Royale.
Yeah, it's also like the movie. Yes, the Japanese movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's the first Japanese film I ever saw.
I saw it in college. A Japanese friend showed it to me. It's awesome.
Oh, look at this cool guy.
Yeah,
I got Japanese friends.
Wow. That's before I lived in Japan.
All right, we got shit to do.
Yeah, so in the comments, let us know.
So hot. Ugh.
Whether you prefer toys or video games, or both, and why.
Yeah, man.
And another reason why I'm doing this video is because we're doing another video for his channel right after this, and we'll have more content up soon. There should be a few right here, and please check those out and subscribe to his channel.
And subscribe to his channel.
And
subscribe to his channel. And subscribe to his channel.
Yes. Yes, please do.
Subscribe.
Please do. And my channel!